What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. The reason why I'm doing 2 consecutive videos in a row is because yesterday was actually my off day, but I uploaded a video that I did the previous day yesterday because I was just struggling there's an issue going on with console where you cannot link it to your YouTube account. They are busy fixing it, but we don't know how long that's going to take, so I figured out another way to upload my videos. That's why I uploaded a video yesterday, and today I'm just sticking to my schedule and bringing out a new build for you guys. So what I'm doing today is I'm doing an off-the-grid cabin, and I'm building it in Brindleton Bay because it's like surrounded by mountains and like a creek and a lot of trees. So I just think it's the perfect sort of setting, and it is a tiny home. I finally got the tiny living pack, so I decided to build this a proper tiny home. This is a tier 2 tiny home, so it's not like a micro homes, but like everything is in one room, and then the only other room is the bathroom. So the bathroom I do end up making smaller. I just didn't want to make it too small and then battle to fit the objects in there. And then these lights I end up removing at the end because this build is off the grid. I almost said off the edge. Because it's off the grid, it doesn't have any power, so all the lighting in this build comes from candles. So I just thought it would kind of link really nice to like the eco lifestyle, even though I don't have eco lifestyle and I don't plan on getting it for a while. I just thought, it would really go well with that sort of theme. So, and I end up putting a pond from the debug items in the front of this build as well, so your Sims can go fishing, they can gather water from the pond right outside their house, and it's also got a whole vegetable garden type thing at the back where you can grow your own food as well. So it's completely functional. I did play test this house because I built a sim. I made a sim for this house as well that I placed in my world, so I did play test everything, and the only thing that didn't want to work was the mailbox, because when I place mailboxes I normally put like patches of grass under it or a plant next to it, and for some reason he couldn't access the mailbox because the plant was in the way, like not a plant from an object, the plant from the landscaping plant. So I'm not too sure what that issue was, because I've never had that issue before, so I had to end up deleting that little decoration. And then also here in the kitchen, the items that I'm putting down, I end up getting a chopping board from the debug items. And I know some of the debug items, I don't know if you guys have also noticed it, but they, especially if it's like pots and cups and plates and like cooking utensils, like plates and anything that's got to do with food, it actually ends up going off, like it ends up stinking. And even though there's no food in it, the dish still ends up stinking, and your sim cannot interact with it. So it gives you the option to clean it, but they can't interact with it, and you can't delete it, like click on it and put in your inventory or anything like that. So yeah, actually end up having to go into build mode and then deleting it like that. So it is featured right over here, but when I noticed when I was taking the screenshots, because I was playtesting the house before I took the screenshots because I wanted the plants to grow a bit, I noticed that it was stinking, so I actually ended up having to delete it, and so that's why it's no longer in the build anymore. So it's kind of stupid like that. It's like that. I mean, I'd understand if the debug item was like an apple or a cake or something like that, because that's food, but an empty bowl, an empty clean bowl, an empty pot, like for decoration, it ends up going off. Like, that's just another annoying thing. Like, if you don't want us to use the debug items, then why give us access to it? So it's just really annoying, but whatever. I don't want to sort of knock Sims today. And then another thing I noticed, it's been going around, is Sims are literally peeing fire or something like that. And I noticed that when I playtested this house, I playtested the bathroom, and my Sim peed fire. So don't know what's up with that, and I've heard a lot of people saying that there's a lot of glitches with this new update, so I haven't really noticed anything because I haven't really played. I've just been building, so I haven't really noticed any other glitches. And then also, obviously, Tiny Living for me is new because I haven't used it before. So these beds that I'm placing here, the pull-down beds, I didn't know that they run off power. I mean, I thought you like pull the bed down like physically. I didn't know it runs off electricity to pull the bed down. So I end up changing that to another bed, like the single bed from Tiny Living, because I didn't know that it takes electricity to do that. And then the reason why I placed the urn in this build is because in my story for the sim for this house, his wife passed away, so that's her ashes in the urn. So he like completely fell off the grid, and he went to like maybe their holiday cabin home, and he like lives there now with his dog Max, so who is a German Shepherd. So which you'll also see in the screenshot. So that's why the urn is there. It's really crappy that I don't know if it was a patch that they put in Tiny Living that they made it run off power, like it remote controls up and down, because I know there was also a thing going around with people saying their Sims were dying from putting down the bed, like if it falls on them then their Sims die. So I don't know, I might be wrong. Like I said, I've just got Tiny Living, so I don't know how it all works, so I might be wrong in saying that. So but that's just what I'm thinking. And then also with the free or the free grid or off the grid or whatever you want to call it, where you can place the windows and doors wherever you want. So that's cool, but I noticed placing windows, yes, it gives you free access on where to place it, doesn't lock it on a grid, but you still can't put windows above or on or underneath one another because the glass disappears. And also say now you have two single windows next to one another and you kind of want to move them closer together, you cannot do that, because yes, it allows you to move them closer together, but the one window just becomes a frame and the glass disappears. So I don't understand basically the whole concept of free placement, but you can't free place it actually. So I don't know if it's just a glitch and they have to patch the patch. I don't know what is going on, but that's just some of my frustrations at the moment. But other than that, I really had a lot of fun doing this build. It's the first time I've ever done an off-the-grid build. So when I was playing with it, I saw there's a lot of new options that come with off-the-grid, of, getting water and stuff like that. So I haven't really played around with it, but I am going to play with this build in my spare time, just to sort of get to know the sort of off-the-grid play. So I want to just see how the household functions. I know whilst I was play testing it, bills were delivered to my house, which was really quick. I don't know why, but it was only 151 simoleons, which is the least I've ever paid for bills. So I don't know if I can get it lower than that. I still haven't played around with everything, but I'm gonna do that eventually. And so the mailbox, as you can see, it's perfectly fine. You can get to the mailbox, but all of a sudden, with these plants in the way, the sim couldn't access the mailbox. And I mean, I've never had that problem before. I mean, I've lived in a house where I had plants by the mailbox and the sim went to it perfectly fine. So I'm not sure what's going on and what glitches are now in the game. I'm not really sure, but it's just frustrating that Sims has come so far, but yet we still have all these tiny issues that shouldn't be there. So it's just really frustrating. And then I just put this little workbench in here because he's off the grid. I thought he would maybe like make his own furniture or maybe make some statues, like wooden statues or wooden furniture to sell, maybe for money. So and I mean, he can also sell some produce that he makes. That's why I put a lot of produce crates in the vegetable garden that he can maybe sell, and that's maybe how he gets his money. And then also I put the fishing pond, and he can maybe sell some fish that he catches as well. So basically in this build, everything is here for you. You don't need to go off this lot unless you want to like visit somebody or go to the park or something like that. But I mean, you don't need to go off the slot to gather water. You don't need to, okay, obviously you don't need to go off to buy food, because we know in the Sims there's no grocery stores. Your food just magically appears in your fridge. But you literally, if you lived here and it was off the grid, you don't need to go anywhere, so which is really cool. So I really wanted it to be like literally off the grid, not like half off the grid. So and the vegetable garden is fully functional. You can plant, I did test it, you can plant seeds in all four corners of that planter's box, and the sim can access it and walk to it and water it and stuff like that. I did test everything. And yeah, so we're about to finish off the build, and we're going to head to the screenshots. They still haven't fixed the sort of problem with me uploading straight from my PlayStation to YouTube, so I've got to do it via my laptop. So it does take me a lot longer to record, because the editing, especially because I've got to like edit it on my PlayStation, then I've got to take it off and upload it on YouTube and all this stuff. So it is a lot longer, so my videos might be different times depending on the length of the video. So I hope you guys can understand that, and I also hope that you guys are having a great, awesome day wherever you are. And just a shout out to my United Simmers, you guys are all awesome, and thank you guys for all the support, and I will continue to support all you guys as well, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye bye.